Welcome back. I'm Ken. Um, this is my vlog and scrapbook, all things Newcastle United and the North East. And the North East today is celebrating on Sunday the 7th of September the Great North Run. 40 years in the making. 60,000 people today. I've had friends and family that have run this over the years, and it's a great occasion. And if you cannot participate for any reason or any medical reason, then go along and watch. It's support the people that are running for fantastic charities across the region and across the country. So on my channel, I put together a Newcastle United scrapbook full of stories, match reports, stats, and plenty of my own thoughts. It's all about sharing the highs, the lows, and everything in between as a Toon fan. I run a YouTube channel dedicated to Newcastle United where I share a scrapbook of stories, match reports and stats. Alongside these, I add my own commentary and opinions, bringing my personal perspective to the journey of Newcastle United. I've been a lifelong supporter of Newcastle, having had parents and families that came from the region and were born in the region. I'm back up north now, and I love Newcastle. Season ticket holder for years and years and years. Dropped out in the Ashley years, partly through health as well. So this channel, my Newcastle United scrapbook, packed with stories, match reports and stats, but more than that, it's a place to share my own thoughts and feelings about the Toon. Like I say, the good, the bad and everything else in between. If you love talking NUFC, you'll feel right at home here. The week started on Monday with the transfer deadline day, and we signed Johan Visser on the day, and we sold Isaac. We nearly sold Ursula, but that didn't happen. And Visser was pretty much, the medical was in the morning. They did all the photographs, they did the paperwork. But what was apparent afterwards was that the paperwork had not been completed, and we basically got this final signature on one of the documents for Visser into the authorities with about 30 or 15 seconds to spare. So we nearly didn't get him, folks, after all that effort. But we did, and I'm very pleased that we got him. I think he's going to be a great asset to Newcastle. He scored 19 or 20 goals for Brentford last season. He's 28, 29. He's got the experience of the Premier League, and he's ready to go. So in all, the transfer window turned out to be very good for us. If you ignore the whole Isaac saga that went on all summer and pretty much destroyed our pre-season and our first 3 games as well, overshadowing everything good about Newcastle. But there you go. He's gone now, so we're not going to mention him again. But you can see number of signings: Ramsey, Ramsdale, Nick, Visser, Chow. So it's exciting times. Peter Graves from Sky thought it was a good window. Very satisfying, remarkable, really. It's probably been our best window in my eyes, and that's what Peter said as well. And then Lee Ryder from the Chronicle thinks it's a strong message from PIF that Newcastle have turned a page and are writing a new chapter in the history of Newcastle United. Let's really hope that's the case. Champions League coming up. A bench and a squad now that's capable of doing well in the Champions League. That's my thoughts and opinion. One final look at the new lads and how exciting this season can be, possibly, if we can avoid injuries, of course. We just about have two. Well, we have two players in every position now. That's something that we've not been able to say for a long time. Looking forward to the international week. We have a number of players out with their countries. We have Byrne and Tino and Gordon for England. We have Visser. We have Tonali. We have Bruno. And ex-player who should never have left Newcastle, Elliot Anderson. PSR is a criminal offence in my view. And then we have our new 6'6" centre forward, or forward, I mean, Nick. So good luck to them all, and we'll see how they got on as the week progresses. So looking at the last week, the TV schedules were finalised after the cup draws, which I'll talk about coming up in this vlog in my scrapbook. So we're away at Bournemouth on Sky. We're home to Bradford City in the League Cup on Sky, and then we finish off with Arsenal on the Sunday again on Sky. So an exciting look at the up and coming fixtures. We got Wolves at home on the 13th, and then we got Barcelona in the Champions League. I don't know what TV channel that'll be on yet, but it'll be on one of them hopefully. And then we got Bournemouth, Bradford, and Arsenal, as I said. So the Champions League fixtures were announced last weekend, September the 3rd, and you can see that we play Barcelona at home on September the 18th, which is a Thursday. And then we have Union away in Belgium in October, and then Benfica at home. And then we're home to Athletic Bilbao, 5th on Guy Fawkes night. And then we're away to Marseille on 25th of November. I went to the semi-final back in the day when Sir Bobby Robson was our manager. It was a great trip. However, please be careful. The police definitely take no prisoners, and we were kept in for a good hour and a half afterwards, and we were still looked like we were possibly in trouble until we got well away from the ground and hid our colours at that time. Then we got December. We got Bayer Leverkusen, and then in January we got PSV in the Netherlands, and finally we're away at PSG in Paris, and try and take the 3 points this time, and hopefully the referee will not penalise us for a handball that never was a handball. Tino did not handball that. So great to look forward to the Champions League coming up until Christmas, and then a couple of matches after Christmas. Eddie had to announce his squad for the Champions League this week as well, and as you can see, it's split between an A list and a B list. The B list is basically anybody under 21 goes automatically onto the B list. So the actual squad for the A list is anybody over 21. So goalkeepers, Nick Pope in Ramsdale. Defenders, Trippier, Tino, Kraft, Byrne, Chow, Shaw, and Sven Botman. Midfielders, Sandro Tonali, Bruno, Joe Linton, Jacob Ramsey, our new signing from Villa, and Joe Willock. Attacking-wise, Jacob Murphy, Anthony Elanga, Harvey Barnes, Anthony Gordon, Johan Visser, Nick Voldemar, and Mr. William Osula. indeed. So it's a lot stronger squad than the one we had a couple of years ago when we were back in the Champions League since the 2000s. So it's very exciting, and really looking forward to this, and I'm sure the players are. We avoided the really long trips, which was nice. We didn't end up on the other side of Kazakhstan, etc. So that was a nice, pleasant surprise. Normally we would, of course, but we didn't. So here's looking forward to the Champions League. So let's talk about our captain, Bruno. He's our influential Brazilian midfielder and captain. He was born in November 97 in Rio, in Brazil. He played predominantly as a defensive or central midfielder, often a number 6 or number 8. He began his professional career, in São Paulo. He had a couple of brief spells with Atletico Paranaense, where he featured in the Serie A Team of the Year in 2019. He joined Lyon in France in January 2020 and spent 2 years there before moving to Newcastle. He signed for Newcastle in the January 2022 transfer window on a long-term deal. That has since been extended, the contract to 28. Internationally, he made his debut for Brazil in late 2020. He earned an Olympic gold medal in Tokyo in 2020, and he was part of their 2022 World Cup squad. He very quickly and automatically became a favourite with the fans, earning Player of the Match recognition for Backhill versus Southampton in his first full game. In August 24, he was appointed captain of Newcastle, joining the club leadership group. He led us, obviously, to the historic League Cup win in March 2025. If you want to see my video on the parade, go look at that on the channel. It's about 4 minutes long, but it's fantastic. It was a great day. Loved it. So it's our first trophy in 70 years. He was very emotional picking up the trophy as captain, afterwards calling it the best day of his life. I'm sure his kids are up there, probably above that, and his wife is as well, hopefully. I'd imagine she is. He's I don't want to jinx it, but he regularly plays. He doesn't. He hasn't really picked up too many injuries with us, and he's played 38 matches last season. He scored 5 goals and he had 6 assists, so that's a nice stat. He's ranked among the top performers in tackling, duels, dribbling, through balls across the league. He's earned comparisons, and I would agree to this, to the great Vieira of Arsenal in his day, to the hard man of Roy Keane. So that's quite a span, to be honest. His playing style, he works hard, he runs hard, he's intelligent, he tackles, he has composure. His defensive grit is playing with quality is a great combination. And he's passionate. He's very proud. He's very he wears the shirt with pride. He has said he treats the club like his second home, playing each match with the same devotion as us long life fans. His goal celebrations, he dedicates a handmade A gesture to a young cancer patient and normally makes an M shape for his son Matteo, according to the Sun newspaper. So over 130 appearances for Newcastle, 20 plus goals, 20 plus assists as of mid-2025. Brazil, he's 36 caps, two goals. His market value, according to the so-called experts, is 80 million. I'd probably put him up over the 100 million. You don't get many Brunos in this world. That's why we don't talk about the other Brunos. He is the Bruno that we talk about. All the top clubs would love to have him: Arsenal, Man City, PSG, Real Madrid, you name them. He did have a clause in his contract, reportedly of 100 million. I don't know if that's true or not. Again, that's the Sun, so who knows if that's correct. And he's widely regarded by myself as the reason for our resurgence, to be honest. He's a great athlete, technically and emotionally. He's connected with us, and he embodies everything that I believe in that is Newcastle: the passion, the love, the pride, and the history. He embraces it all. So that's Bruno in my eyes. He's after probably Bobby Moncur, for me, he's the greatest captain that we've ever had. And I include Mr. Shearer in that as well. So moving on from one great leader in Captain Bruno is the announcement on Thursday that we have a new CEO. Derek Eales is stood down through ill health, and wish him all the best with his battle, and that he comes out of it successfully. But we have a new CEO, David Hopkinson. Newcastle announced it on Thursday. He's the new Chief Executive Officer. He joins us on the Friday, the 5th, as I put this scrapbook page together. Newcastle are delighted to announce the appointment. David brings us more than 25 years of executive leadership and comes with commercial expertise across 3 countries, delivering results for some of the world's most iconic and valuable sporting organisations, which include Madison Square Gardens in New York, where he created over $1 billion worth of revenue. Even though the 2 teams there, the ice hockey team and the basketball team, have not won much. So let's hope that's not an omen for Newcastle, but I'm sure we're going to go on to great things. So he's joined us after being the president at Madison Square Gardens and chief operating officer, where he led the operations of the New York Knicks and the New York Rangers. Both are the most valuable franchises in their 2 associations in the States, and Madison Square Gardens is renowned in iconic sporting venues. Prior to that, he was the global head of partnerships at Real Madrid, which is a hell of a statement in itself. As the executive there, he cemented their place as one of the world's most valuable football clubs. Excuse me. Before that, he spent over 2 decades with a sports and entertainment organisation. His chief commercial officer, overseeing commercial activities for NHL, the Toronto Maple Leafs, and the NBA Toronto Raptors. David said on joining, "I am incredibly honoured to join Newcastle United. It's such an exciting time in the club's history. The club represents something truly special. It has extraordinary history and heritage, incredible passionate supporters, and ownership, players and staff who are committed to excellence. Having worked with iconic teams across different countries, I understand what it takes to build sustainable success at the highest level of global sport. I greatly admire what has been achieved by the club so far, and I'm excited and motivated by what is ahead as we strive to position Newcastle United among the world's elite clubs." Our Saudi chairman, Yasser. We are delighted to welcome David to Newcastle. David is an outstanding executive whose track record across global sport and entertainment speaks for itself. His experience and his strategic capabilities will be invaluable as we continue to build on the club's present locally and grow it globally on and off the pitch. So some great words there. Darren Eales had nice words to say about him as well. So, and then finally, Jamie Rubin, David's arrival as CEO comes at a crucial time for the club, and I'm confident that he will prove to be an excellent fit for the role. He brings a wealth of experience in leadership positions with some of the biggest names in sport, with an incredibly strong foundation to build upon. So it's exciting times, folks. We have a CEO. Hopefully this will now lead to a sporting director. The facilities, the ground, whether it's a new ground or St James is being built up or down. It's going to transform us, to be honest. If we can have a working board, a day in, day out working board that just focus on this, the commercial activities should lift off as well, and we can compete even though under these horrible PSR rules. It's a great time to be at Newcastle. So it's International Week, as you all know, and a number of our players have been away and have played their first game up until today, which is Sunday, the 7th of September. So on the 5th, Bruno kicked off playing for Brazil, and it was his 36th cap, and he scored a great goal. As you can see, it was a real hard goal to do, but what isn't shown in this picture is the fact that he made this goal 1-2, and he kept running into the box. The ball came off the bar, and he was there first to score the goal. He was man of the match. He basically was great. The reports coming back from the match against Chile just shows what a great player he is. Next of our players to play for their country was Elanga. Played for Sweden in a 2-2 draw away to Slovenia, and he scored. Played for about 60 odd minutes, I think, and he got a goal, and you can see how happy he is. Emil Kraft was in the same team for Newcastle, and Isak was on the bench. Did not come on. Apparently he wasn't fit. Unsure why he wasn't fit. No idea what he's been doing in the last few months, but there you go. So happy for Elanga. Can't wait to see him back in a Toon top and doing the business for us. Away the lads. And finally, before we talk about England, Sandro Tonali, what a player. The Italian media after this match was singing his praise. He's just perfect, absolutely perfect. Played for 76 minutes and basically ran the midfield for them, and was his heat map. He basically was everywhere in the opponent's half and defending back when needed. So brilliant, absolutely brilliant man, this guy. Really looking forward to another season of Sandro and the success he could bring us and the stability that he can bring us. I've got to be honest, I'm not really a fan of the way England play. I wasn't a great fan of Southgate and the decisions he made I'm definitely not a fan of our new manager. I am a fan of the Newcastle lads, and I include Anderson in that. England won last night against Andorra 2-0. I did watch the whole match. I listened to Billy's commentary on the Toon review, and it was really, really good. But he was bored to tears, and he just thought it was awful as well. We all did. I don't know why we lose the intensity of the way that we play, the English players play. And they have played down the decades with speed, determination, hard tackles, skill and craft up front. We have the players. We have the players in England. We have the player, even the players on the pitch last night have got the skills. Eze for Palace last season was great, but he was a shadow last night. I don't know what happened to him. But Anderson was one bright spot, making his debut. Ended up with man of the match. Was always looking for the ball, always creating spaces, always looking for the space between the triangles and getting the ball, taking it off of the defence and moving forward. Dan Burns played the centre half and played the full match and did what he had to do, but he was never going to be challenged by an Andorra forward because they don't really exist. I mean, at the end of the day, they're a very, very small country, and most of them are part-time players, and they have full-time jobs like the rest of us have. Tino and Anthony Gordon sat and watched all this on the bench. They did come on eventually. Probably had about 15 minutes or so, I think, and they made a huge difference. You could just see with the running and the directness of what they were trying to do, and the speed they were trying to do it at. But yeah, until the manager changes or encourages the players to change. I mean, he talked after the match about wanting to be more positive and more direct, but I didn't see it. Anyhow, that's England, top of the group, not lost after about 4 matches now, I think, and heading towards the World Cup next summer. And I will get excited about it at some point, no doubt, but I do want England to win. I just hate the way we're playing at the moment. So on this day, as 60,000 runners cross the line in the Great North Run, this video has come to an end. And I've shared my scrapbook with you and shared my thoughts. I hope you enjoyed the look back at the last week of Newcastle, and look forward to the next week when next Saturday we'll be playing again, home to Wolves. So away the lads, and take care. Bye-bye.